Hello, and welcome back to the Just Okay podcast. I am britneyled, and it's been a month. It has been a month since we last spoke. A lot has happened. I got a little depresso, and so I didn't want to put anything out. I recorded like 2 episodes, and I hated them. I listened to them, hated it. I was like, this is too. It just I didn't want to put it out there. Also, I got a new cup, who this? MD Anderson, who this? Yeah, so we last spoke before the freeze, which the freeze isn't a freeze. It's just Texas can't handle ice because we don't purchase salt. And that is what it is. But instead, we're sending taxpayer money to Israel. So, whatevs, whatevs. Anyways, so the freeze happened. That was fine. I mean, I was sick, so that's the ideal time to be sick when you can't really leave the house. My glasses are so dirty. I don't know if you guys can tell. If you can, I feel very insecure about it. Just a little bit, but everything's good. I was in Houston for my dad's surgery. That went as well as it can be expected, like he's making a good recovery. So if you send out thoughts, prayers, good vibes, thank you so much. Yeah, it's such a weird dynamic when you watch your parents get older, And I think one thing that especially was hard for me was, my dad's like always been like, he's always been, like my dad. Like I've never seen him afraid till this whole scenario. And I mean, everything's okay right now. So that's great. But yeah, it was a lot. I didn't sleep like at all. I stayed with him at the hospital most of the time, but I'm going to be honest, I love staying at the hospital. Like as long as I'm not the one in the hospital, but like I'm staying at the hospital, I kind of love it. It's so much fun. I had like a blue little wristband, so like no one could say shit to me. Like I didn't have to check in. They're like, "Oh, she's staying here. She's residential. She gets star treatment." It was so much fun. They also had really good food. They had a Chick-fil-A in the food court. I was like, okay, not homophobia with a little bit of cancer. It was so good, the Chick-fil-A. They had really good pizza. Like, I had no idea. I don't know why, because it's also affordable. And I kept okay, so I was using the employee discount because they don't check your employee ID. And when you're buying food at the food court, if you, like, are going through the self-checkout line, it's like, are you an employee or are you a visitor? I accidentally pressed employee once, but that gets you 10% off and you don't have to prove it. So I was taking that discount. I was like, yeah, I've been here for like 48 hours. I basically work here now. But yeah, I 10 out of 10. I love that. Love that hospital. It was such a weird experience because like I think I haven't had to deal, thankfully, with going to hospitals too much in my life. Like when I was younger, I did, but like as an adult, I've been fortunate enough to have to be in good health for the most part. Yeah, so I've never had to wait for surgery for anyone, and I was the only one there. We got there at like 4:30 a.m. and the surgery was 11 fucking hours. Which, you know what? I'm glad. Take your fucking time. I don't want you guys to rush through surgery. Surgery is not a drive-through. You don't want it to be. You want it to be well cooked. Then and there. Take your time. Don't take shortcuts. Like that is the type of thing where you want them to take their goddamn time. So it went great, but I mean, I found out like the day before that my parents secretly got divorced, which like a secret divorce is kind of so much fun. I don't know. That sounds so much cooler than a regular divorce because I'm like, okay, if I got secretly divorced, you would see me at every bar drinking a martini and a fur coat. That's what that sounds like to me. I've never had a martini in my life, but I would probably relapse specifically for that. I actually hate olives, so probably not. Give me a virgin martini. Get me a weed teeny. Yeah, so that was a whole thing. So I found out that the day before, and then I like didn't talk to my mom till I was waiting in the little like waiting room for my dad's surgery, and it was so funny because I call her and I was like, hey mom, why didn't you tell me you and dad got divorced? And there were like 3 other like white women in the waiting room area with me. I was sitting in like a little section with them. Had like a whole bench to myself. I was like napping on and off at. And yeah, when I said that, every single lady's that was sitting near me's eyes perked up and they just stared at me. like with a little smile, like, oh my God, what the fucking drama. I thought it was hilarious. And then I talked to my mom and she like tried to give me that, like, it has nothing to do with you. We both love you so much. And I was like, yeah, I haven't lived at home in over a decade. Obviously has nothing to do with me. I'm not 12. But it was very sweet. She was very sweet. Honestly, I'm so proud of her for getting divorced. I'm proud of my parents for both finally doing it. So that makes me so happy. And I know that's such a weird, I know a lot of people are like, would be like really sad that, and like to an extent it is sad. Like, yeah, I absolutely wish my parents were in love with each other and were meant for each other and were soulmates. They're not, and it sucks. But that's just the way it is. And the thing is, I would be heartbroken if I hadn't known this since I was a child. Like, they just had like the most volatile fights when I was a kid. And as an adult, I realized, oh, they probably just fought and then had like really good makeup sex, which is disgusting, gross. Ugh. However, I understood their dynamic more as an adult, having been in toxic relationships, situationships, and replicating that dynamic of wanting someone to love you and they don't, and it sucks. But yeah, so that was that, and there was more family drama, but it is what it is. But my dad's doing really good, and that's been really nice. It was just. Yeah, I did a lot of shows there too, which was fun. I went to Columbus, Texas, or as I like to call it, Indigenous Peoples, Texas. They did not like that, actually. That was not fun. I didn't have the best time there. I just don't think I'm their cup of tea. It was like literally the demographic was like really old white people, and there were like 3 Mexicans in the crowd, and I only know that because they raised their hands when someone asked if there were any Mexicans in the crowd. And by raising their hands, I mean they screamed and raised their hands at the same time, because Mexicans, we are loud people if you get alcohol in us. But yeah, so I did shows there. I did shows in Santa Fe, Texas. That was a freaking blast and a half. I had some really fun gigs while I was there. I did the secret group, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, my main thing, I was just pounding weed seltzers. I was like staying very near a Specs. And so I was just like in that Specs and they had because it was like around the Super Bowl, they had like a really good deal on the weed seltzers I like. And what a weird experience being a regular at a liquor store as a 4 years sober alcoholic. It's just deja vu. Yeah. And it was, I even Ubered from the hospital to the liquor store, then to the Airbnb I was staying at, which and I got my Uber driver some snacks from the liquor store. We went in together. It was so much fun. Yeah, I also think she's with like a really shitty boyfriend who's like a musician, and I was like, oof, girl, I don't think he's gonna be a rapper. I don't think he's gonna be a good rapper, and I also don't think he's gonna treat you right if he is one. But maybe that's just my I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, so that's was that. It was a lot of, it was just like whatever. But yeah, I pounded it, and Destiny was there, and so we were also like doing little weed drinks together. And my favorite weed liquor brand is besides the Buddies is Ocho Verde, which is owned by Eighth Wonder Brewery, which is made in Houston, or like they're located in Houston, right behind the Secret Group, which is a comedy club I really love in Houston as well. So that was fun to go there. And my shows both got canceled on the Super Bowl. I was so happy to just sit and like enjoy Bad Bunny's halftime show. It was so good. I'm like, everyone who wanted to watch the Kid Rock one, what mental illness do you have? Like, it's also like anyone who attended that watched it, I guarantee you they got the skinniest ass lips that are chapped as hell and will give you dry blowjobs. Me trying to insult someone but also fucking up at the same time. That's raw and vulnerable and real of me. Yeah. So that happened. The Austin Marathon was the other day. Or half marathon, which like, okay, congrats, you kind of did something. Like, you didn't do the full thing, but whatever. And I do think it's an amazing thing to do. You're pushing your body to strengths. No one asked you to, but I'm really happy that you enjoy doing it. And we're all allowed to do whatever we want with our free will. Some people get secretly divorced, and some people run marathons, pushing our body to our limits, to a position where we shit ourselves and have to keep being in our own shit, and our nipples chafe, pop off. I love that for you. However, I will say, like, one thing that annoys me is when people wear their little, like, medals after the marathon. Like, it's same day, whatever. The next day to, like, week, I worked in service industry for a really long time, and people would come in, like, 3 days after it happened wearing their medal, and I'm like, we have free will. Do what you want with your time and your body and your choice and your fashion, whatever. But, like, it's kind of just a participation award at that point, you know, because everyone's getting it. It's not like you won the marathon, you know what I mean? But also, like, what do you want me to do? Thank you for your service. You're not an Olympian. You signed up for this. You even paid to participate. You basically, the entrance fee is really just paying for, like, the medal. When I lived in New York, I was walking half marathons on accident daily. It sucked. I didn't get a single trophy for that. Just saying. But yeah, I also think I do just find people that run marathons insufferable, because I have a lot of those people in my family, and I find them insufferable. And also their friend group's insufferable. I do have friends who are fit that do run these things as well, and they aren't insufferable just when they talk about marathons. It's because my friend Sarah has a great joke about it, because she's a multiple is what she says. She's a triplet. And her joke is about how when her sisters were trying to get her into running, she asked what the best part of it, and they said the best part of running is when they stop. And she's like, yeah, and the best part of sex is peeing after. Like, you don't have to do marathons. I do love running is fucking fun. I hate running in Austin because we have so many hills. Like, that's why I miss running in New York, because I had the perfect trail. It was all flat, beautiful, chef's kiss, loved it. Texas hill country, can't fucking run here. Too many hills. I'm not built for hills like that. I'll walk up a hill. Fucking love an incline. Not gonna run an incline. That sucks. That's a form of hell. Running an incline is great for a snatched waist, but at what cost? But yeah, I posted that little take about my hot little take about the marathon thing on Instagram, and people are really mad. I didn't realize how sensitive runners were, because they're sensitive little bitches. Maybe it's because they did shit themselves and they secretly just have a diaper fetish, and that's why they're running, so they can shit themselves and have daddy clean it up later. Yeah. I'm trying to think about what else is going on. I mean, I guess political stuff is still going on, and my opinion on politics, all around politics just however, I know, and that was also a really weak but it is the Texas early voting just started like the other day, and yeah, I think if, you know, that's great. I really hope we have a chance. It's just so fucking weird. And oh yeah, it was just Valentine's Day. It was just Valentine's Day. I'm not like a big Valentine's Day person. I also think it's so creepy that, like, the mascot for Valentine's Day is a threatening baby holding a weapon pointed at us. It feels like it's propaganda from Big Baby to make more of them, more babies. And I don't want more babies. No, thank you. I don't want a baby. Can't be me, baby. But yeah, it's such a weird corporate holiday. I don't know. It's like, spend more money to prove you love someone. I'm such a little sentimental bitch where I'm like, all I want is a fucking card that says something sentimental. I love that shit. I eat that shit up. It makes my pussy wet. It makes my face wet with tears. So yeah, I didn't do shit really. I had a show and my boyfriend worked, so we both, like, I went by his work, visited him. He brought me back cake. We ate fucking cake, and then I went to my show, which was sick. We had 92 people there. Shout out if you were in the crowd. It was so much fun. This next week we have some really fun comics on it. I'm trying to think what week it's being posted. Either way, we have great comics on it. It's truly such a great show, and I try to book a different lineup every week. Yeah, Josh Potter was on it on Valentine's Day. I love that man. I'm so glad he came to visit. We had Mikey Biggs, Tanner Miglio, just like some fun people. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. I also am just like, even though there's times where I like don't have fun on stage, like It's the dark and dirty show. That's literally what my show is. I just know that I like doing that type of comedy. I enjoy being able to say what I want. And people say I'm a dark comic. I think I just had a different experience in life than a lot of these people. So sorry, I have trauma and a better personality because of it than you. Says a girl with a shitty personality. Me, that's my excuse to say the R word on stage. Austin comics be like. But yeah, I got booed when I riffed some like a molestation joke, but it's like, girl, I could have been molested statistically. I mean, I wasn't molested because I was an ugly kid, just raped as an adult because I was a late bloomer. Sorry. I thought that was funny. If I made you uncomfortable, I'm taking a moment of silence for that. But yeah, this has been the episode. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And come to a show Saturdays at Creek in the Cave.